Have you ever looked at someone your age and thought, wow, they are so ahead of me? Ahead in success, ahead in confidence, basically ahead in life. And then there's that quiet panic inside you, that feeling that you're running out of time. Like everyone's life is speeding forward while you are still waiting at the starting line. What if I told you that this feeling is not only extremely common, but scientifically proven and predictable? That there are actual studies about it, actual psychological reasons, and that almost everyone goes through it. So, if you have ever felt like you're behind in life, what you're about to hear could completely change your perspective. So, hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Sonam, and today we are diving deep into a topic that touches so many people, especially students, teens, and young adults, but no one talks about it openly. Why? Isn't it an embarrassing topic like you're comparing yourself, like the feeling of being behind in life? So let's start with the podcast. Let's start with the main question. Why do we even compare ourselves to others in the first place? Actually, there is a well researched theory called social comparison theory developed by the psychologist Leon Festinger in 1954. It says that humans have a natural drive to evaluate themselves by comparing to others, like just measuring our progress with another just to feel if we are superior or inferior to them. Because, like in real life, we don't compare ourselves to animals, right? We only compare ourselves to actual humans, to other humans. But scientists found something important. People most commonly compare upwards, meaning we compare our starting line to someone's full idea of success. We compare ourselves to people who seem better than us as a psychological aspect. And that creates a kind of emotional gap, even if we are doing fine, because everyone's idea of success is obviously different. A 2014 study found that people who frequently engage in upward social comparison tend to feel less satisfied with their own lives and less confident in their abilities, even if their achievements are objectively good. Like, for example, let's say that we are a not like we are kind of like a below average grading student, and we are trying our best to at least get into the average kind of like average grading class in our whole section. So we get our grades, we have scored a proper 70 on 100, but we still compare ourselves to the topper who has scored 99 out of 100. Now, isn't it fair? We should have compared our progress to our own past progress, right? But it's just a mind signal. Compare yourself to who you know is obviously doing better than you. And that's what creates a sense of sadness, depression, and a sense of like closeness, feeling less satisfied. So, the key isn't that we are actually behind, but that our brains misinterpret social signals. Now, let's move on to the main, the main reason why I created this video is that social media makes it worse. Studies show that social media exaggerates this effect. A research paper published in Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology found that using social media increases feelings of depression and loneliness, especially when people compare themselves to others. Because what we see online is curated. It is like someone showing you the positive side of their life and not the downs, not the negative side of what they're actually having in their life as well. We see achievements are highlighted, struggles are hidden, progress is polished. So that this like false sense gives our brain a false benchmark. We are not comparing real life to real life, we are comparing our normal life to someone's highlight reel, because that is not their real life. Now, another main part of the video is the myth of linear success. Many people picture life like a straight line: finish school, get a degree, get a good job, get a good salary, then get promotions, and that is success. But developmental psychologists have another view. Human growth is actually non-linear, meaning it goes up, down, sideways, plateaus, sudden leaps. You can have a suddenly good time all of a sudden, then a sudden depression in your life. There isn't a normal timeline for life milestones. Like, there is no set age for completing a degree. You can complete a degree at 21 or you can complete it at 25. That basically depends on person to person and lifestyle to lifestyle, mindset to mindset. But people are like, by this age you should be married, by this age you should have a good job with good promotions and like a good salary package. But that's not how life goes. That's just a stereotypical manner people think it should go. It is an ideal but not the actual fact. So, a study in developmental psychology found that people hit life milestones like job stability, relationships, independence at different ages, and that variation is completely normal. Not just normal, but also extremely common. So, the beliefs I should be ahead by now comes from cultural and societal expectations, not actual science. Now, another thing, the timing of success. You know, you can even conduct this study yourselves that you can get the names of many Nobel Prize winners, and you'll find that most winners did their significant work between ages 40 to 60. Early age achievers are very rare in these kind of things who have like gotten Nobel Prize. I'm not saying that there's not even one person who has achieved something early in their life, but the number, the actual count, the actual head count is very rare. Real impact usually comes later in life, but people often think success has an early deadline, and scientists call that mindset a false premise. More research shows that artists often peak after age 40, writers often produced their best work in 40s or 50s, entrepreneurs often succeed in their second or third attempt. And what does this teach us? Success doesn't have an age limit, and most meaningful achievements happen later than we actually expect. Now, next, why do we actually feel behind? Let's break down some real causes. I'm not like going into the theoretical side, but just as in like 3 to 4 keywords that will help you easily understand why you're actually feeling this way. First of all, false social standards. Obviously, we are comparing our actual life to someone's idea of an ideal lifestyle. You think there's a universal timeline, but there isn't. Second, comparison with highlight reels, which is like obviously the same as the first point, because our comparison target is unrealistic. That thing may not be going in the actual life of that person who has posted the reel. Third, fear of missing out. It's also known as FOMO. You think everyone else is getting ahead, so you must be left behind. That does not mean that because you are at your starting line, that doesn't mean like everyone's speeding up. Everyone's speed is different. Some are slow, some are gradual, and some are fast. But that doesn't mean that somebody will reach success faster. That just depends on your mindset and your actual dedication of doing something. Next, internal pressure. You feel like you should know what you're doing, but most people don't. Like, I'll give my example. I'm going in 12th grade and I still don't know what to do with life because in India, obviously, at this age, like, if you don't know what you're doing, your relatives are going to taunt you like you still don't know which entrance exam are you giving, you still don't know what to do in life, you don't know what your career you are picking, you are just so indecisive. Because I keep changing like my mindset. Someday I want to be a fashion designer, someday I also want to do like BCom honors, because obviously I have like a many doing many things disorder. I want to do a lot of things. The second I see some other like a good thing, I good hobby, I want to pursue it like on a professional level. I know that's just a me thing now. Let's get back to the video. And psychologists say that this feeling comes from a mismatch between your expectations versus your reality versus your belief about normal progress. And that mismatch produces stress, self doubt, and anxiety. Now, let's see some real life examples. Okay, example one, education, obviously, because education comes everywhere, God knows why. But your friend gets early success, top grades, beat, or an internship, but 3 years later, they burn out. They can't do it anymore. Another student explores different subjects, slower start, but finds their true passion and excels later. Both are valid, just different paths. And then you can take an example of a career. Someone lands a job at 21, feels ahead, but later changes careers multiple times because they just can't find their cup of tea. But someone starts work at 23, slower according to the society, obviously, but finds long term stability and happiness. Neither path is failure, it's just the difference of timing. Example 3, skills. Learning is not time bound. You may take longer to learn something, whereas someone can learn it faster. But when you truly master it, you are stronger than someone who learned quickly but superficially. Now, what to do about this feeling? We have, like, obviously, I told you guys a lot about it, but what to do about it? Like, okay, let's get informal. Accept the non-linear progress, obviously, because I told you the life is not a linear path. It's not like a linear equation that you have to solve to get to a certain variable, which is the answer, which is known as success. It is not a linear equation. It has has a large number of variables. So what you are going to do is accept the non-linear progress. Compare yourself only to yourself, like maybe your present progress with the past progress, to get a view of what you have actually like changed in yourself. Set your own milestones. Don't see others' ideal picture and the fake things they are showing you through social media. Make your own milestones and set realistic ones, obviously, so you don't like get behind on your own expectations. Then practice gratitude. A 2003 study showed gratitude increases self satisfaction. So focus on what you already have, not what you think you lack. Like, obviously, focus on the positive side. Then reduce comparison triggers. If you're having like comparison triggers frequently, limit the social media time. I know it's hard, guys. I use social media almost my entire day, and I'm being brutally honest, but actually, social media is scientifically related to negative emotions. And so now I feel this was quite the video. So, as like a closing message, kind of, if you feel behind in life, take a deep breath. You're not abnormal, you're not late, you're on your own unique timeline. Your journey isn't delayed, it's unfolding, one path by one. And most importantly, progress is not about age, it's about direction. Like going in the right direction, it does not matter like if you have taken years to do the same thing someone has done in months, but like they have done it on like getting like it on their resume while you have done it for your passion. So keep going, not faster, just forward. And remember, you're not behind, you are still becoming someone. And so, guys, as we come to this end of our first official podcast, if you found this podcast helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment with your thoughts and potential other ideas to which I can make a podcast on. Share this with someone who needs to hear it as well, as help yourself and help others. Until next time, keep growing. This is Sonam signing off.